What's up, cave dwellers? Welcome back to another episode of The Cave Dive. And today we're going to be talking about something that's different. This one is special. I was sitting on this one for a while because I genuinely did not know how to talk about this one. And before we get into that, I just wanted to talk to you guys real quick. I started off in February and I had basically nothing. I started off with next to 0 subscribers and I've built it all the way up to 65. And so now I have a new goal where I want to hit 100 subscribers by the end of this year. Thank you to all of you who have been supporting me on this journey, and I don't plan on going anywhere. I haven't been doing this for too long, but this is some of the most fun I've ever had in my entire life. And for those of you who have been sticking with me this entire time, you truly mean the world to me. I want to be here for you guys. I want to continue to make this content. This is something that I love, and thank you so much for showing your support over the last year. So if you haven't subscribed, feel free to. This is something that I'm going to continue doing for years to come, and I would greatly appreciate it if you joined me on that journey. With that being said, Dandadan is one of the freshest, funniest, most breathtaking things that I've ever watched. There is simply nothing else like it. My brother actually recommended this one to me way before the anime was ever announced, so I was already caught up well ahead of where the story is right now. I got caught up to around chapter 210, and then I stopped for a while. I really do need to get back into it, but this is one of my favorite pieces of fiction, period. When the anime got announced, I was hyped. I went to go see it in the theaters and I dragged a bunch of other people with me, and now they're hooked too. I became an instant fan, and I'm still a huge fan. So should you be. Okay, so enough about that. Let's talk about the setup. It takes place in high school. Momo Ayase believes in ghosts. Ken Takakura, who she later nicknames as Okurun, believes in aliens. They both make a bet to prove the other wrong, and it turns out that both of them are right. Immediately, Momo awakens these massive psychic powers, and Okurun gets cursed by Turbo Granny and loses his balls. The entire plot is literally about getting Okurun's balls back. That is the mission, and somehow it works. Now, the main crew that we meet in season 1, Momo Ayase, Okurun, Granny Seiko, Momo's grandma, Turbo Granny, Ida, and towards the end of this season, Gigi. Every single one of them is ridiculously likable. Even characters that we haven't even met yet, that we haven't even seen in the anime, they get real backstories. They have real depth, and I love all of them. Of course, we couldn't be talking about Dandadan without talking about the animation. The studio went absolutely insane with this. The animation is so stylized that it feels like the characters are breathing. Every fight, every expression, every weird alien or yokai design just pops. It doesn't look like anything else airing. It has this wild, elastic, almost handmade energy that makes even the craziest scenes feel alive. And can we talk about Granny Seiko for a second? Granny is super hot for no reason, and there is a huge fan base dedicated just to Granny Seiko, and I'm a part of it. Huh? Am I right? And also, I couldn't go through this video without talking about the golden balls. Okurun loses his, and Turbo Granny yoinks them, and later, one of them ends up in the hands of Ida. There's this one particular shot where she holds it up in the light and just... she grabs this thing and let's be honest, it's huge. I'm talking about comically, unnecessarily large. I'm not even gonna lie, it looks like a straight up golden fushigi. Wait. Check, she lifts this thing up and she was like, this gives me powers. Whoa. It is like one of the funniest things that I've ever seen, and it became a meme online like, yo, like those are huge. That's the energy that you're getting from these shots. A shiny, weird, perfectly round golden orb that shouldn't exist in this size. The show just commits to the bit, and I respect it. Now, what makes this show unique is that it doesn't fit into a box. It's comedy, it's romance, it's sci-fi, it's horror, it's slice of life, it's shonen, because they all want to get stronger, and they do. Later on in the manga, there are some real upgrades. It has ghost stuff, it has alien stuff. The Serpoians, or however you say their name, they want to do what they want to do. Turbo Granny is super vulgar, and the show never really pretends to be something that it's not. The plot of season 1 is basically get Okurun's balls back, and yet it still feels like next level creative. I guess you could say that there isn't one giant overarching story yet, but every episode just slaps. Me personally, I have never seen anything this chaotic and this confident at the same time. And then there's the voice casting and the music. Japanese Turbo Granny is voiced by Mayumi Tanaka, which is the voice of Luffy. The Serpoians are voiced by Kazuya Nakai, who is also the voice of Zoro. The fact that One Piece's two most iconic voices are in this unhinged show is just it's just a chef's kiss. And the opening, you know, Creepy Nuts went crazy with Otonoke. That song is a weapon. It is so good that it just lives in my head rent-free. Of course, I had to add it to my playlist the second that I heard it. It is a straight up bop. Perfect match for the energy of this show. And then there's the emotional gut punches. This show will make you laugh until you can't breathe, and then it'll punch you straight in the chest. The acrobatic, silky backstory is one of the most heartbreaking things that I've seen in an anime. This yokai in her past life was trying to raise her daughter. It looks like she gets involved with the wrong people and they end up taking her child. She loses everything, and the way that the story is told and how it leads into giving Ida her powers is beautiful and tragic and feels almost out of place in how heavy it is. But it works. It makes the whole thing feel richer. That's Dandadan. It will go from the dumbest joke imaginable to something that actually hurts. And of course, we can't forget about the romance. Momo and Okarun. I am so invested. Their dynamic is wonderful. It starts chaotic and awkward and slowly becomes something real. In the manga, it does progress significantly further, and I can't help but just root for them. I guess you could say that I only have one real complaint. The only thing that I can really criticize is the structure. Dandadan doesn't really have a clean, self-contained season or arc that wraps up nicely. Season 1 ends on a cliffhanger that feels incredibly unfulfilling if you're only watching the anime. You're just left hanging and craving more. Because I've already read the manga, it doesn't necessarily bother me as much. I know where it goes. But for the people who are only watching the anime, the way that the arcs are broken up right now isn't the most satisfying. As more seasons come out and the story continues, I don't particularly think that this is going to be an issue anymore. When everything is finished, it's going to feel like one cohesive, insane ride. And that's it. That's the only real knock. And to me, it's not enough to drop this a point. All in all, this show is too good. It's funny in a way that most anime aren't. It's creative in a way that most anime aren't. The characters are all winners. The animation is special. The music slaps. The emotional moments hit harder than they have any right to. I instantly fell in love with it. I need to know what happens next. I need to pick up the manga again. I don't even have any clue why I dropped it in the first place. So be on the lookout for those videos in the future. Plugging this one into the Cave Dive rating, I'm gonna give season 1 of Dandadan a perfect 10 out of 10. However, I would not recommend this show as a starter anime. And if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. And if you already have, you already know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a future upload. And feel free to leave a comment and let me know how you felt about season 1 of Dandadan. But yeah, I think that's everything that I got for you guys in this video. You guys stay beautiful, and I will see you in the next video. You still here?